haul is for March. I placed my order a little bit early, so this video will probably go up earlier than it usually does. But for anybody who did not see the promos this month, they were amazing. So I wanted to make sure that I got a few of them. As you will find out in the haul, I didn't go the whole way up on the PV promos, and that's because just because my budget didn't allow me this month, but I did get some great things. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I got this month. So the first thing I got was this Stress Away roller. And this one is actually for a friend. I'm really excited for her to try it out. I use my Stress Away bottle, and I just pop a roller top right on top of that and use it all the time. So she's going through some things right now. She's doing some major changes with changing from being just a stay-at-home mom to working in a gym and different things. And so she has some things going on in her life, and she wanted to try this out. And so I got this for her. If you guys have not tried Stress Away, it's great. Like I said, I love to just like roll it on myself anytime that I'm having issues, pop it in the diffuser. As a mom, you're always stressed out about something, whether it's about trying to get dinner done on time or trying to get the kids to their activities, or if you're a homeschool mom like me, trying to make sure that you get all the things taught in a day and all of the work done around the house and still have time for your jobs that help you to bring income into your house. And so there's always a million things going on. And so this is one of my favorite and most used oils in my home. So I'm really excited for her to try that. The next thing I got was Purification. And I got this because my last bottle is about under halfway full, and we are coming into spring cleaning. I'm so excited. I'm probably one of the few people who are excited about spring cleaning time, but I always just like the refresh of my home. The whole Marie Kondo thing is going on right now. I actually had found her method like it'd be almost 4 years ago now when I was pregnant with my youngest, and I did a lot of her method through my house. And so every spring cleaning, I like declutter every room and then go through and clean things. So I'm really excited. I love to get the windows open and then get some fresh air in here. And after that, I love to run Purification. It's just a clean, nice smell. So I was really excited. I know that I'll be using a lot of this, and so I wanted to make sure that I had it on hand with the upcoming spring cleaning time. The next thing I got was Rosemary. Again, something that I'm currently, I use a lot, and I'm just getting low on. This is a part of the trio that I like to run in my diffuser a lot, just because I like the scent of it, not because I'm using it necessarily to support anything. We ditched all the toxins that we could and that we know of. I'm sure that in our journey we'll still find more things that aren't great in our home, but we ditched all the toxic candles out the door last year when we started using our diffuser regularly. And so I missed having just my house smell good just because I like the smell. And so I found a trio of rosemary, cedarwood, and lemon that I use fairly regularly, a few times a week at minimum, just because I like the scent. And so I am getting low on this part of it, and I needed it to make sure that I could run it in there. If anybody's interested, I run it in a very open space, so it's not like a bedroom or something where it's a small space. So I do use more drops, but you could always cut it down. But I use 5 drops of cedarwood, 4 drops of lemon, and 2 drops of rosemary. So I found it on Pinterest, tried it out, loved it. It has stuck. So just in case anybody wants to give it a try, it's my favorite. And if you guys wouldn't mind, I would love if you guys would drop your favorite diffuser recipes down in the comments. I think it would be fun to share some of those. So the next thing I got, let's see if it'll focus, kind of, sorry, is the Owie blend, and it's a Kid Sense blend, and it is mostly for like little cuts and scrapes and different things. I do have, and I'm not even going to try and say it because I'll probably butcher it, but there is an oil. It begins with an H. It's really good for like deep cuts and different things like that. It's an expensive oil. I really don't know how you say it. You know what? I'm going to grab it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I do have this oil currently, And it's really great for like, I bought it initially for the purpose. My husband works around our house with doing a lot of construction. He also works in a factory where he's more in the office now, but he was at one time on the floor, and sometimes he still has to help. And he works with glass there. And so he has got some nasty cuts here or there. And this is really good. I had stitches. Was that last year? I believe I cut my hand with a knife, or sorry, with a can lid. And so just things like that, like injuries. But for every little scrape and scratch and things like that my kids get, I don't want to use this. And so somebody told me that this is great. You can use lavender, but I wanted to give this one a try. It's already, I believe it's already pre-diluted because it's a kid oil. I believe so. Okay, so I'm going to actually open this one because I do not currently own this till now. It kind of reminds me, it's like a woodsy smell. I'm not sure what oils are in the blend itself. Let's see if we can find it. Nope, I can't get that up. So, but it is, sorry if you can hear, my kids are playing in the background and that's why I'm laughing. But so this is one I wanted to try. It, like I said, it's getting to be spring, and so my kids are already, I mean, it's only like 45, 50 degrees here, but my kids are outside as much as they can be. And we've already had a few accidents and scrapes in the driveway and things like those. So I wanted to have that one on hand with the upcoming outdoor play coming. The next thing I had is Life 9. I try to take this as regularly as I can. I got something on my hand from that. I try to take this as regularly as I can. I will be honest, I'm pretty good about my supplements, but I take this one after dinner opposed to the rest of them where I take it in the morning. And so sometimes I forget. And so you have not seen this in my haul in a couple of months, and I'm determined to get this back into my diet more. I do eat probiotic food, so this isn't the only probiotics I'm getting in. We try and do ferments and things in our diet, so this isn't the only thing, but I do like to make sure that I'm getting this in, and I am almost out of the last bottle I had, so I needed to get another one of those on hand. So the next thing I got was actually a 3-pack. I'm going to hold this one up for you. And it is just the Thieves hand sanitizer. So I am all for good old hand washing. I prefer to wash my hands with soap and water than to use sanitizer ever. But there are situations where, let's just face it, there's not soap and water out. And so I like to make sure I have these on hand. We are coming, particularly for me, into yard sale season. And so I do a lot of yard selling for anybody who has watched my channel, or if you're coming in and you're just new, I resell on eBay as a side business while I'm homeschooling my children from home. And so on the weekends, I like to go to yard sales to find things both to resell and for my family to use to help just make our budget work. And so I'm touching all of those things. I'm touching money constantly, getting change. Everybody knows money is super dirty. I will spend usually from fairly early in the morning until slightly after lunch out because that's what I can allow for my time frame away from my family. However, often I'm eating lunch in the car then. And so I want to make sure that I have something that I can wash my hands after touching all of those items everywhere and then touching all the money. So I like to have this particularly for then, and that's why I went ahead and I got the 3-pack so that I can keep it in my bags for that. I also obviously just like to have it. We'll be having some festivals coming up and things, like as the weather breaks, you have summer festivals and stuff. And when you go to those things, they usually have porta-johns. They don't always have running water for you to wash your hands. So having something that really does a good job to clean your hands up, taking your kids to the park, and then having a picnic lunch, those types of things. So I know people say, yes, it kills like all of the germs, good and bad. And really, I've seen some great, I should do that with my kids. I've seen some great like scientific experiments, and this cleans amazing. And it will clean all the good and bad bacteria off your hands. But that's something I'm okay with when I'm using a porta-john. I'd rather my good bacteria be gone from my hands than the bad bacteria from the porta-john be hanging around. So got those this month. The next thing I got was actually not supposed to be on my order. So if you have an ER order, here's a piece of advice. If you are going to move your ER order date earlier, make sure it is exactly how you want it before you do that. I had my friend who needed this item, the Stress Away, and so I changed the date of my ER and moved it up so that I could get her order in for her. I didn't realize that I couldn't change things until the end of the day still. And so this was sitting in my cart currently, or in my current ER order, and I had gone in and made changes later before I went to bed that night so that when it processed, I would get the things that I needed and wouldn't get the things I didn't need. Because my tendency is if I see something or hear about something that I want to try, I'll go in and I'll put it on my ER order and I'll leave it sit there, and then I'll go back and I'll fix it the day before I'm going to order. If it's something that I don't have the budget for or whatnot this month. Nonetheless, I had this sitting in my cart, and when I change my date, it processes my order right away. And so I'm trying Cool this month. This, like I said, was not my intention. I was hoping to actually get new conditioner for my hair, but I got this instead. But this is a pain relief cream. I have not tried it, so I don't have anything to attest to, but I have heard great things about it. I am thinking that it'll come in handy. I'll put it in the cupboard. I bet my husband uses it. He does a lot of manual labor. Honestly, I do a lot of manual labor in the summer, not as much in the winter, but we do a lot of construction around here, carrying drywall and wood and all kinds of things. So I'm sure that at some point we will need this, him or I. So I'm going to go ahead and try that out. If you guys have tried it, can you guys drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about it? I've heard good things about it so far. And so I'm excited to at least have it hanging around if we need it. Hopefully we won't. It'd be more exciting not to need it and not be sore. And the next thing I got was my Thieves Cleaner. So if you were familiar with the promos this month, this was actually part of the promos. So if I would have ordered more, I would have got this item for free. But I'm a Dave Ramsey fan. If you're unfamiliar with Dave Ramsey, you should absolutely look him up. I am old school Dave Ramsey. I've been following Dave Ramsey's methods and his books since about 2003. And so, yeah, that's a long time, almost 16 years. And so we live on a budget, a written budget every month. We don't live in debt, those types of things. And so even if I could have got this for free, I would have had to spend more money, and that just was not in my budget this month. And so this was the last item I ordered and spent the money on because I just couldn't afford to go the extra mile to get more stuff. So that's where we are in our journey. And if that's where you are, it's okay to order only 50 PV every month just so you get your ER. Get your basics that you need every month. If you need Life 9 and this, order that, even if you don't get anything free. Is it awesome if you can fit it into your budget one month to go higher and get some free rewards? Absolutely. But if you can't, that's okay. Order the things that are helping you keep the toxins out of your home. So anyway, anybody who has not tried this stuff is great. I used a lot of like vinegar and like those types of like baking sodas and those types of things to clean. And those did a good job on some things. They weren't great on everything. And I didn't like to use them when I was disinfecting. Like it made me, I'll be nervous. I don't know. I didn't like using it. Like if I had raw chicken juice, I just didn't feel like that was always cleaning it. This, I feel like it is cleaning it. I use this for everything. I mean, I use this to clean my carpets. I use this to clean everything, and it lasts forever. That's my favorite part. It lasts forever. So this bottle is, I want to say like $15. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I'll drop a link or a card here if it's whatever the price is. Anyways, but this bottle I got last April or May, and it has lasted since then. I still have some, but we were starting to run low, so I wanted to make sure I got another one before spring cleaning came. And so you just use like a capful of this in your bottle. We use a 16-ounce amber bottle that I ordered off of Amazon. I'll link them below. You can get, I think it's like 3 for like $12 or something. And so I make a bottle of that. You can drop in, if you use the amber bottle, like the glass bottles, you can drop in any extra essential oils you want. So if you want to drop like tea tree or something in there for extra antibacterial, if you want to drop lemon or something in there just for the scent or for a degreaser, you can absolutely do that. You don't have to. This is perfect just as it is. But if you want to up the game of it, you can add extra essential oils into it. So, but like I said, since last April or so, and I'm not the only one who uses it. You say, yeah, an adult, they clean up, they pay attention to what they do. I have an 8 and 10, well, just turned 8 and 10-year-old. So all last year, a 9 and a 7-year-old. And let me tell you, they use this all the time. They have daily chores. They clean the tables. They clean the bathroom sinks. They do that types of things. And they use this cleaner. They each have their own spray bottle that they use to clean with every single day, and it is still lasted. So yes, the price tag on this is a little bit more expensive than if you go to the store and you buy, you know, whatever they have. I don't even know what the names of the cleaners are anymore. Fantastic or whatever you go ahead and get. I think that's what my mom used to use when I was a kid. So it does cost more than that. But per bottle, once you go ahead and break it down into individual cleaning bottles, it is like excessively cheap. So I'm really excited to have this because we're running low on the last one. But like I said, it's not even out yet. It's been like a year. And I use it for everything. I've kicked all those other toxic cleaners out. Chemicals are incredibly damaging to your health, especially to the endocrine system. So, which is the reason that I started this whole journey to begin with. So those are all the things that I purchased this month. Because I purchased those items, I got these for free. So I'm going to start with the 2 oils. The first oil is Thieves. If you are unfamiliar with Thieves, this is a mix of cinnamon and eucalyptus. I believe there's clove and rosemary. It just has a bunch of great oils in it. These are great for your immune system. So this was actually, I was just doing some research on this, and I just watched another video of a fellow Young Living member who did a video about her starter kit. And she was talking about how initially this was from during the time of the Black Plague, how there were merchants who weren't getting ill, and everybody was, getting the Black Plague, and people were dying, and these merchants, no matter how much they were interacting, were not. And it was because they were using the, I guess they had like a mask of some kind, but they were putting something over their face, and they were using these spices of clove and rosemary and eucalyptus, and those were helping their immune system. And so, that's where originally this idea came from. Because the name Thieves. But anyways, but they went ahead and they bottled this goodness, and we run this in our diffuser a lot. I will probably put this up on the shelf. I currently have some opened. I've been using it. It's one of the few oils that I choose to ingest. This one does not have a white label, but if you are unfamiliar, we have, and like you'll see on this one, a white label. They have been approved for FDA for ingestion. Ingestion of oils is a very hot topic, so I don't touch it here. It's up to you whether you feel that is okay for your family or not, but if you do, it's great in Thieves Tea. I had some sinus issues going on about a week ago, and I was drinking Thieves Tea every day. I also, and I don't do it all the time because I don't want to create any kind of immunity to it, but just for that week. I also drop it in the diffuser. If you have a kiddo that you are okay with it using topically, this is great to put in Epsom salts and drop in a bath if they're starting to get some kind of flu or sickness. It just helps detox them. Make sure they get plenty of water after you've been in a detox bath. Heads up if you don't know that. But we go through this a lot for those types of things. My kids love, they like the smell of it just because. And so we will run this at least once a week. But we'll also be running it with the upcoming allergy season coming. We run the allergy balm a lot, but we also run this just to help support our immune system during that time. So the other oil we got was orange. And so I don't use orange a whole lot. I do use it in my diffuser. I don't use it to support my body per se a whole lot. I have used it in some homemade toothpaste. It's really good for whitening, but otherwise, that's about the only thing. So if you guys use this to support your bodies opposed to just like the smell of it, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments, because I have not found other uses for it other than Pinterest blends of things I like to just smell. So, and the very last thing I got was the Thieves dishwashing soap. So this is controversial in our house. I do like it. You can use, if you are don't know, about a third of this. I divided it into 3 bottles. Somebody told me 4, and I tried that out. I was not impressed with it, but the last bottle I did was closer to like a little over a third because I had divided it out weird, I guess. I don't know. But it worked pretty good. And you can use about a third of this. You put a teaspoon of baking soda and then just warm water so that you can shake it and the gel will mix in. And you can dilute it and use it that way. So it worked pretty good for us. My husband does not like, even with the baking soda, the bubbles do come, but they don't stay, I guess, the whole washing, and that he didn't like that. So my husband does not care for this as much. I think it does a fine job. He is currently using Eco soap when he hand washes the dishes, which is not very frequently. I hand wash most of the dishes because I'm the mom that's home. But on Sundays, he does do a lot of the dishes for me because I do a lot of cooking. So, but this also, I have a lot of allergies, like skin allergies, I would say. So I was using, before this, when we had switched from like Dawn and all of those types of things, I had switched over to using 7th generation, which I later found out was greenwashed. Hence the reason I changed over to this and to Ecos. But I had tried that and I had a lot of irritation. I didn't realize that that's what it was from, but I was having allergic reactions to it. And so I was super excited to try this out myself, and I have been nothing but impressed with it. Again, I'll be honest, my husband is not a fan of this, so we're kind of split. So I use this when I wash the dishes. He uses something different when he washes the dishes, but you can get about, like I said, 3 bottles out of 1 bottle, as long as you're willing to go ahead and make it. You can just dump like 2/3 of the bottle into a mason jar and put a lid on it and sit it under the sink, and then, like I said, drop a teaspoon of baking soda and fill it up with warm water and shake it, and you have a full bottle. And then the next time that you make it, you just put half of what's in the mason jar back in here, and you can do the same thing. So that is what I got in this month's ER order. What did you guys get this month? I'd love to hear. You guys can drop a comment down below, or just link me to a video. I'd love to watch your guys' videos if you guys are also ordering your ER every month, and see what you guys are getting and how you're using it in your home. So if you guys are new here, thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and mark the bell down there so you don't miss the notifications when I'm able to post. And I will see you guys all next time. Bye.